that today we're talking about what it takes to be a great leader. Who doesn't want to be a great leader? I know I do. And constantly honing that skill and growing and going to the next level in such a magnificent way. And so I'm just going to introduce this dynamic duo who just absolutely just gives of themselves tirelessly. I mean, constantly giving of their time, helping us to grow, giving us trips to go to different places so that we could dream bigger and better than ever, helping you become a certified holistic health coach. If you haven't done that, you need to do that. I'm sure they'll talk about it, but you need to do that. You'll understand Dr. Wallach more. You'll understand your craft more. And if you're serious about this, even if you don't build the business, you should still become a certified holistic health coach so that you could take care of yourself and your family as great as you can. But you need this information and, but they span so many different areas of our business and we can't thank them enough. And they always come on here the last Thursday of the month, always looking to blow us up with great information to inspire us to succeed, transform, and believe that more is possible. The incredible, the phenomenal Black Diamond Ambassador Cheryl Morley and 5-star, the super incredible Paul Croto. Give it up. I don't know who's going first, but let's go. Let's go.
Wow. What a great intro. And thank you, Linda, for all that you do here. It's we're going to talk a lot about, we always talk about personal growth. So it's such a great thing that you do here every morning. And Kimberly said a really nice thing, that when you get involved in this and then the impact you've had on so many thousands of people from what you do is just absolutely incredible. So we're always blessed, right, Cheryl, to be here every last Thursday of the month doing this live.
Yes, I love it. And my favorite thing is when we start this and someone starts mowing the lawn right outside my window. It's just like, yes.
Nothing better.
There isn't. I just say,
no, well, I had a guy like with some kind of truck that goes beep, beep, like backing up. So that is better than the lawnmower because that was just.
Yeah. I don't know, Paul. I'm just excited
during my meditation, no less.
Oh, well, yeah. That is for your benefit so that you can.
Yeah, I do know that. Yep. It happened. Everything's happening for me. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, this is exciting today that we get to talk about the law of navigation.
Yeah, it's such an incredible law. And what we're doing here is we're helping people become better leaders. We've been doing this for years and years and years now. I actually got involved with leadership 25 years ago with John Maxwell. He came out with a book called 21 Laws of Leadership. He just re-released it at the beginning of the month. So Cheryl and I have been going through it. We encourage you to go get the new edition. It's got some great updates in it and new wisdom. We're all growing as leaders. And as we learn more and more, the information changes. So super, super important to stay in. There's, of course, we're all about health. But in order to really spread this message of health to people, we need more leaders. And that's why Cheryl and I are so obsessed with helping people become better leaders.
Yes, better leaders. And we have to become better leaders, just like you said, Paul, so that we can help other people along the path to leadership. And
absolutely. And help them chart the course.
Yeah, listen, this is kind of overwhelming to me a little bit. This one, like navigation, like what exactly does that mean?
Thank God that you have a good business partner that has a strength in this. Yeah, we all have strengths. Yeah. We all have weaknesses in these laws. And
I'll drive the boat. You just tell me where to go.
Yeah, I draw the map. Yeah. So good. Yeah, so we're talking about the law of navigation. It's law number 4. So if you haven't done the first 3 yet, you're not far behind. You can catch up super easily. And this law is super important. The law states that anyone can steer a ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. And that's what we do here at Longevity for our teams. They come to us, they're looking for leadership. They're like, I want to do this. I just don't know how to do this. So what do I do? And I know, Cheryl, we met 6-7 years ago, and that was basically our conversation was, what do we do now? What is the 1, 2, 3, the course that we're going to draw up for people. And we actually have some 1, 2, 3 sheets coming out here in the next week. And we've been working on really hard because we want to make things simple. In leadership, it's super important to keep it super simple. And this is a big goal of Cheryl and mine to make this thing as easy as possible, so anyone can come in, see the map, follow the course, and hit these different milestones that we have here at Youngevity with the different ranks. So
Yeah.
Cheryl, what is the 2 keys to the law of navigation? What do great leaders do?
Well, what great leaders do is they see more than others, and they see before others, which is really, that's amazing to me, because you have to see more than everybody else. Like, and to me, it's kind of like the vision, right? It's kind of like setting that vision in place. So you have to see more, and then you have to see it before anybody else does. And I love that John talks about the way that you do that is by planning ahead. And I think it's so amazing. Like, my whole life, and if you know me, I just want to get into action. I don't care where we're going or how we're going or anything else. I just care about, let's start doing something. Right. And so it has been so eye-opening for me over the past couple of years to really, okay, Cheryl, well, getting into action is really good. And that's like part of it, but we need to know where we're going, and we need to know why we're going there. So I love that, Paul. And that's, I really believe that is what your specialty is navigation.
Absolutely. But as we just talked about yesterday in our podcast, we mentioned that there's nothing more important than that front cover of the puzzle.
Right.
I mean, Youngevity is like a 5,000 piece puzzle. To put all this together and organize it all, it's can seem crazy difficult. But if you have the picture in front of you of how you want things to look like, how you want your life to look like, how you want your business to look like, and vision that and see that, then it's way easier to put these pieces together and make it all happen.
Right. Absolutely. So let's talk about plan ahead, because I love acronyms. It's an acronym, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys can write this down. I love these, and we're going to start. So if you just write it down lengthwise, and it's plan ahead. So you just write that down lengthwise, and you guys can get the notes too. I mean, you can definitely get the notes, but I love where it starts. And that starts with the P, obviously, for plan ahead. And that the very first one is predetermine your priorities. Figure out that before you even get going. You've got to predetermine what those priorities are so that you can keep everything in perspective.
Absolutely, Cheryl. And we outline in the coaching program that Linda mentioned the 8 steps that every single person does. This isn't like our opinion on the 8 things you should do. Every single person who wants to be successful has got to master 8 skills. And so we want to make these skills our priorities, and the things that we all have this whirlwind in our life. There's crazy amount of things going on, but we also want to be successful here in this business. So it's really important to be intentional and sit down and come up with, what are my true priorities today? That I need to go through. And Cheryl and I, we love RPM. We start every day with that. It's, what is the result I want to get? What are the results I want to get today? And I always pick 3 results that I want to achieve today. They're small. Why do I want those? And then how the heck are we going to get them? And we come up with a list of 2 or 3 or 4 things that we need to do to make that happen. And then we do it. So that's really how we set our priorities, is by using that RPM sheet.
Yep. Okay. Let's go to the L. So the L in plan ahead is lay out your milestones. And I do like that. And the way I think about this is, when do you want to get to, let's just say, rank advance, or when do you want to get to the next milestone in your life? Because look, we can say, if we don't do this, it could take us forever. To me, we won't make any progress, right? So we have to set a milestone. And when are we going to get that done by? I mean, I think that's really important to lay those out so you're clear on what they are and when you will achieve them.
Absolutely, Cheryl. And as I mentioned before, Youngevity does set up that 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star milestones to hit, but you can actually set other milestones in there. You can break those down into smaller milestones and make 10 out of them, which I like to do. I like to see the milestone real close. Like the next one's super, in my mind, it's super easy to hit the next one. And so I want to, and I think everyone kind of works that way, where if you see it's too big of a challenge, and you may not go for it. But if you can break these milestones down into small things, especially with weight loss, it's, I need to lose 2 more pounds or 5 more pounds, or just set that next milestone that you're going to hit. And then it doesn't seem so difficult. I don't have to lose 50 pounds. I got to lose 5 to hit the next milestone. And I just love milestones, and they're targets we want to hit. And heading into halftime, which starts tomorrow, one of the big things that I do is lay out the milestones I want to hit for the next 6 months, final 6 months of 2022. I can't believe we're already halfway through the year here. And really how I intentionally am going to create the next 6 months and make things happen in my business, in my life.
Yeah. And I love that, Paul, that you do that, because it just really leads right into the next one, which is adjust your course of action. Like, pay attention. Or have you got everything done that you said you were going to do in the first 6 months of this year? Right. And to look at that and really just adjust what you're doing and how you're doing it, so that you will hit the milestones in the next 6 months that you lay out for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Kimberly mentioned before that we started this podcast that she was getting up like at 9:30 in the morning, and now is adjusted. I have some new priorities. I have some new milestones I want to hit. So I'm going to adjust my course of action. I'm going to get up earlier now, and get more involved in personal growth and doing the things I need to do for my business. The best time to do things for your business is first thing in the morning. That's when you're the most energy, the most focus, and then the rest of the day can take care of itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the next one. So we are doing, if you've just joined us, we are talking about the acronym Plan Ahead. And now we are on the N in plan. And this one is notify key personnel. So it's so interesting the way John puts things, and the way that I think about it. So I think notify key personnel, well, that would be my inner circle, right? The 12 people that I'm really working with and that I'm talking to every day, but letting them know the different things that you're doing, letting them know, what your milestones are, and get those as a team too. I mean, that's pretty cool. Paul and I always talk about, yes, what we're doing personally, but also what are we doing with our inner circle, and how are we doing that? And how are we helping them on the journey that they're on, that each of them are on. So when it says notify key personnel, make sure that you're thinking about that, and that it's the 12 people that you're working closest with.
Yeah, I love what you just said, Cheryl, about not just having a personal vision or vision board, but a vision, a team vision. So maybe you get together with 3, 4, 5, 10 people that are close on your team that you want to really take the next 6 months and make something special happen. You have a vision for the next 6 months with the team. You want to share that vision, get everyone to buy into that. It's going to increase your chances of that vision coming to fruition 1,000 times more likely when you can include those key personnel into that conversation.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's go into.
I'm not sure I like this next one, Cheryl.
Oh, it's my favorite one. So just stop it. And I'm so glad you said that, Paul, because listen to this, ladies. Okay, so the next one, we're going to start with ahead. So we've done plan, and now we're going to start with ahead. And guess what this one is? Allow time for acceptance. Of course, Paul doesn't like that, but ladies, it's very important, because honestly, I think everyone, and in my experience, especially moms, are super hard on themselves, right? Oh, I didn't get this done. I didn't get that done. Oh, this happened and that happened. And we get in the whirlwind. I mean, Linda's had some devastating things happen to her lately. And you've got to allow time to accept yourself and accept the things that are going on for you to move forward. Because you can really, I've seen, over the last couple of years, people just spiral down because they aren't allowing time for that. They're beating themselves up, right? Every day, all day long, because they're not getting their list done or this done or that done. And no, I really think, Paul, thank you so much. This is the very most important one.
Listen, I understand we have to allow time for acceptance.
Yes.
Everything you said is 1,000% true. However, I'm just personally a bigger fan of the next letter, H, which is head into action. Let's go.
Well, absolutely. We just need
let's
to
not just sit around and talk about it. Let's make it happen.
I agree. You know, action is my favorite word, but we can accept a few moments a day also. So that is good. I love heading into action. And I think if we set all of these other things up, right, then we know exactly the actions that we need to take, which I think is super important. I took a lot of actions, because like I said, action is my favorite word, but it wasn't necessarily the right actions that I was taking to, and you know, I mean, I think any action is good, right? I really do. And so, but I think if you know where you're going, set your milestones, your goals, all of those things, then I really think that the action that you take will be so much better for you and for your team.
Yeah. The next one I know you love as well, Cheryl.
No, I like to say NO. So the next one is expect problems, right? I mean, we're all, or roadblocks or whatever you want to call them, right? And I think that's so true, because if we go into anything in our lives thinking, oh, there's not going to be any problems, there's not going to be any roadblocks, we're good, it's all perfect, it's going to run perfectly, it's going to be just wonderful, and you know, then yeah, there's going to be some problem. Then you do have a problem before you even start. But knowing that you are bigger than any of the problems that you have, I think, and I think that's why my favorite Bible verse is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? Because then when you have a problem, then, and you say, you know, I use that as my mantra, then it's just, it like kind of gets everything into perspective for me, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been doing some research on babies recently for our podcast. And what we've found is that it takes, the average baby falls when they're trying to learn how to walk 100 times a day. So they don't get up and, you know, expect I'm going to just learn how to walk in the first try, they fall. So, but they get right back up and try again. Now, the average baby also takes 3 months to learn this, which is 90 days. So quick math, it's 9,000 times the average baby falls and fails before it learns how to walk. So we all, I mean, the statistics in the direct sales industry is that if someone gets 2 no's, they quit. Oh, this isn't for me. Nope. There's nobody in this planet that wants to get healthier. Nobody wants to get healthier. Nobody wants to make more money. So this whole, bye, I'm leaving. They quit. 2 no's to the average person. So we got to expect problems. We know that this isn't going to be smooth. And that there's going to be problems, but we are stronger than any challenge that comes around, you know, that we face during the day, and that we can overcome them.
Well, I'm just glad that everybody on this call didn't give up when you were learning to walk.
That's right.
And you have to think about the things that you're going through and the things that you're doing, the things that you want. You have to think about it in that way. I mean, when we were talking about that, Paul, it really brought it all home to, like, you have to think like a baby, which is, it doesn't matter. You're going to have problems, expect them and move forward. And it's okay.
It is because I really believe that the baby isn't looking at each time it falls as a failure. It's looking at it as like, what can I adjust? So the next thing, the A, is always point to your wins. Yay. So, you know, we get so caught up in the things that are going wrong in our business and our life that we don't spend enough intentional time looking at the wins. So what I've been doing this year, I started the past 6 months, is writing down 3 wins that I have every day. What are the 3 things that happened good today, that I did good, that I want to recognize myself for? And they could be super small things. I've added a couple names to my list. I enrolled a new person. It could be something, you know, I had someone fill out a health evaluation, something that could be very small, but I have wins. I have 3 wins every single day. So that's 7 days a week. So I have 21 wins a week, 4 weeks in a month. So there's 84 wins every month that I have. There's 12 months. So I have 1,000 wins per month.
Per year.
That, I'm sorry, 1,000 wins per year that I get to celebrate. And it really feels great. Keeping track of all these and seeing all these amazing wins that I'm creating in my own business and life.
Yeah, I love that, Paul. And I like that you keep track of all that. That is just really, I mean, you love numbers, and I love to see that though, because
Well, what I love is sending you the lists at the end of the quarter or the end of the year. And because you're like, wow, we did all of that. That's incredible. Like,
I know, but what I love about it too is I think a lot of us can just remember the bad stuff, and it's not the little wins that we remember. And so writing those down, I think has a huge difference, or will have a huge difference for each of us. Okay, so plan ahead. We have been doing, and we are on the D of ahead, and that is something that I just learned how to do about 2 years ago, and it's really made a difference. And Paul is huge on this. And that is daily review your progress. So you have to know, that's why we do the weekly reviews, right? I mean, we have to do them so that we know that we are moving in the right direction, so that we can hit our milestones, so that we can, make sure that all of our, we can achieve all of our goals. But we have to review, and so as we review, we're able to change this or change that, make some changes so that we can, as we get closer and closer to achieving our goals and our milestones. So Paul, talk a little bit about that. I know this is like your favorite thing.
It is. And I heard a speech, it was actually by David Allen, he wrote a book called Getting Things Done. And he talked about the weekly review. And I'm like, well, this is the best idea ever. So I sat down, I did my first weekly review, and I realized that I don't remember anything that happened during the week. I couldn't even complete it. So when I quickly realized that you need to do a daily review. So if you can look over these 7 reviews you've done during the week, and your weekly review takes like 10 minutes to do if you've done your daily review. So, and then of course, if you do your weekly reviews, the monthly reviews are super easy because you're just looking over 4 pieces of paper. So it's these reviews at the end of the day. And the biggest part of my review, again, is the 3 wins I had today. I really have got myself wired to look for success, to look for the good things that I'm doing. And it has made my subconscious mind want more wins. So I've become obsessed with winning. And it's a great pattern to get involved in when you can really focus on the good. And of course, we expect problems and we're going to fix problems, but let's identify the problem, but quickly turn it into a win.
Absolutely, Paul. And I love all of those. And I really do think that as we plan ahead and get those things written down, I mean, I always think, oh my gosh, Cheryl, okay, so write down, plan ahead, and then actually do these things so that you know where you're going as you get into action. So as you guys know, we have our 3 steps, and this will help each of us navigate. Okay. So if you want to be an effective navigator, then you need to make sure that you have these 3 steps in place. And that is plan, do, review. Right. So we have to make sure that we have the plan, that we're getting into action, and then we're reviewing so that we can change a few things up. So the plan, Paul, talk to us a little bit about that, is RPM.
Yeah, it's again, we went over this before, but this is what we live our lives by. We're looking for the result we want. So here, at Youngevity, inside the holistic health coaching program, we have a vision inside of there with our health coaches to help 1 million people achieve a health score over 90, so they may live a life filled with health and happiness. And it just moves me. Like, I don't need to push myself throughout the day. I'm being pulled by that vision, the result I want to create, and being able to, be on my deathbed and say, I played a small role in helping 1 million people reach optimal health. I know that's why God put me on this planet, and I'm absolutely here at the right place at the right time with the right company.
I love that, Paul. And then you have to know why you want that. And I think that's one of the most important things. I was talking to my daughter yesterday about this, about just that if you know what your why is, whatever your goal is, whatever your milestone is, if your why is big enough, you will be able to achieve that. And you have to know, though, what that is. So I kept asking her, why? She was like, Mom, you're driving me crazy. But I wanted her to get to a big enough why so that she could accomplish this dream that she has. And that goes for all of us. And Paul, it's not only in business, right? It's in any aspect of your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, and the last part is review. So we talked about that. I do a daily review, weekly review, monthly review. I'm about to do my halftime review tomorrow. All these things are so powerful because they help you gain clarity, which is the whole key to everything. If you can get clear on what's going good and what's not going so good, and get clear on some adjustments I'm going to make, you can make the next 6 months incredible. You can change your whole life in the next 6 months. I mean, I've seen it done, but it's got to be a focus that you have in your life. So in the notes here in the chat, I put a link to the notes, that everything we went over, including a link to score yourself on these 21 laws. So you can use it like a score sheet as we go along here. And we have a copy of our plan, do, review page that Cheryl and I use every single day. So you can click there, get a copy of it, and make duplicates of it so that you can use this and plan, do, review everything in your life. It is the ultimate success system. So we challenge everybody here to close out the call to elevate your navigation today by filling out your own plan, do, review sheet right now.
And if you do that, you can move from fine to fabulous.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Cheryl. And Linda, back over to you.
I love it. I love it. If you do it, you can go from fine to fabulous. Okay, we want that. I love it. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you, Cheryl. You all are so amazing. I mean, Cheryl, everything that you do for all of us, we just so appreciate you and your heart just to serve others. You and Paul have done an outstanding job of showing that, and we love you both so much. And before we go, does anybody have a question? A question for Paul or for Cheryl or for both of them? Do you have any questions? Sometimes people have questions. I'll be like, I don't know. Ask them.
We do a great job of explaining, so I don't see any questions.
Yes, you do. That's why I said, anybody have a question? If you do, you can raise your hand or unmute yourself. If you don't, it's okay. I was just making sure. I know they do a wonderful job of explaining, so you may not have any questions today.
We'll check the Facebook chat afterward and see if there's anybody posting a comment in there, has a question there, and I'll be sure to get in there and answer them.
Awesome. Yeah. So
I have a question to Cheryl. This is Connie. I came in late.
Connie.
I came in late. So what was PLAN? I got the N, but the PLA on plan ahead, the letters PL.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it right in the chat so that you can copy it out of there.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. Awesome.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, Paul. Anyone else before we go? All right, superstars, you all have a fantastic day. Happy Friday Eve. I'm going to unmute the Zoom.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
happy 4th of July. Yes. Oh, wow. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'm so excited about where we're going and where Youngevity is going and being a part of such an amazing company and great leaders such as Cheryl and Paul. So I'm going to unmute the Zoom. Please give it up for the extraordinarily awesome, the phenomenally fantastic, the dynamic duo. They're better than Batman and Robin, okay? Cheryl Morley and Paul Curto. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Thank you.
Bye,
Great
guys.
job.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Paul and Cheryl. You guys
Bye,
are
everyone.
awesome.
Oh my
Thank you so
goodness,
much.
y'all
Awesome. Thank you,
rock.
Andrea.
Thanks, everyone. Take
Linda.
care.
Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Cheryl. Thank
Yes.
Appreciate y'all so much.
Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day, everyone.
You too.
Bye. Thank you.
Bless you all.
You too.
Thank you, Paul and Cheryl.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Paul, and thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Linda. Thanks,
As usual,
Thank you,
Cheryl.
Facebook. Thanks, everyone that
Queen
joined
Mary
us.
blessing
Thank
us
you.
with that lovely smile. Thank you,
Yes,
Queen
thank
Mary. We love you.
Thank you, Queen Mary. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you,
Thank
Auntie
you, Auntie
Kat.
Pat.
Thank you.
Both of my
everybody.
exes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Christine.
thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Good to see you all. Glad I finally made a call.
Have a blessed
Oh, glad
day.
you got on. Thanks, Gail.
We miss you when you're not here, superstar. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Look at you, fabulous.
Have a blessed
Thank
Thursday.
you.
Thank you, Lorenzo. I think you got
Good
my
morning,
text.
Queen Mary. Tony.
Coach Rod is in the house. Good morning. Thank you for
Good
joining
morning,
us.
Coach Rod,
Man,
Connie,
you
Loretta,
champions, Rod.
Robert, and Bev, Michelle, Gail, Bobby, and Cynthia. Amazing Tony Breland, Queen Mary, Auntie Pat. Thank you all so much.
Thank
Our
you.
last day
Thank you.
birthday.
Y'all have a
Fabulous
blessed
Andrea
Thursday.
Adams. Hey, Carmencita.
Yes.
Happy healthy hour tonight.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome,
Happy
Lorenzo. I'm
healthy
glad you got my text. I apologize. Sometimes I have text issues. So I just took you out and added you back. You guys, if you're not getting my text like Lorenzo, text me, hey, I'm not getting your text. And I just added them back and now he's getting them. So if you're not getting them for some reason, you know, this is technology. You know, I may have to, you know, take you out and add you back to the group or something. So
Happy
All
healthy
right.
hour tonight.
happy happy hour tonight. You don't want to miss
Yeah.
that. I sent it out in a text, but I'll try to send it out a little bit later to remind you all again because I know people forget. But yes, the happy healthy hour tonight. It's gonna be epic.
Yes, indeedy. Hey,
Thank
everybody.
you to the new dynamic duo, Linda and
I'll meet you
Andrea.
back here tomorrow. Same time,
So
same
much.
station.
Tomorrow.
And put her out.
All right,
Bye-bye.
superstars.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Have a blessed and wonderful day, superstars.
Thank you. You too.
Later, later. Peace.
Bye.